Welcome to this new Flight Simulator update movie. In this Flight Simulator update movie we're gonna look at Cologne, which has received multiple, point of interests. As you can see, we're flying here already. The cool thing is that it received multiple point of interests. One of them is already below us, so we need to make a turn. I think Cologne received multiple updates or multiple point of interests. In total, roughly, let's say 5 or 6 point of interests, which is, I would say, really cool to see, right? So it goes from, I would say, the I think a soccer stadia, some churches, some bridges. So let's go, I would say, in another view. The one from the bottom, although in this case the bottom might not be the most suitable because it looks, I would say, to the back, right? So not really suitable for flight. So let's first fly a little bit further and then say make the turn. As you can see, I'm using the Garmin G1000 NXI cockpit. That one also received an update. Keep in mind that one is still in beta, right? So it's not officially released. So there are still some issues. There are still some things which are not working as expected. But I must say I'm pretty impressed already for what they currently already have developed. So we're currently flying at 10,000 feet, which is a little bit too high, of course, to show the point of interest. So we're gonna make some turns, decrease the speed a bit, because we don't want to go too fast downward. And we're gonna fly a little bit above the city before we're looking at those point of interest which have been added. We can see already several of them. Right, so we need to be a bit careful because, as you can see, we're going over speed almost. So we need to reduce speed a bit. This is also pretty funny, right? I'm decreasing speed, but the rotor is still going like crazy. Wonder what that is. So while we're descending, right, we're currently at almost 7,500 feet. Cologne, it's pretty close to Stuttgart, which also received an update, right? So I posted another video about that. Especially the airport looks really nice. It has been handcrafted, and that's just one of the aircraft which received an update, right? The other aircraft which received an update is Lübeck Airport. Also handcrafted. So there are 2 handcrafted airports being added to Flight Simulator World Update number 6. Germany received the most point of interests. Austria also several ones, and of course also Switzerland. That's the next one, which also received some updates. In the meantime, we're coming to, I would say, pretty neat altitude.
Langan Center Beauty Tree 314 is at flight level 240, descending 10,000 feet. Beauty Tree 314, Langan Center.
So, besides this, of course, there are several cities which received a photogrammetry update, right? That's, I would say, between brackets, the highest level of detail you can get in a Flight Simulator 2020. Unfortunately, Cologne is not part of that. The cities which have been updated are Bielefeld, Braunschweig, Frankfurt am Main, Konstanz, and Wuppertal. So they received some nice updates with the photogrammetry view. So we're gonna descend and have a look at some of the buoys, or also known as the point of interests. So probably we're gonna start with this one. Let's see if the label pops up. That's not always happening. As you can see, the rotor is also a little bit acting weird. There are some new issues being introduced, as with every update, I would say. becomes kind of normal that new issues are being introduced. But again, that can happen. This is the South Ridge, as you can see. So South Ridge connects the southern part of the city. And then we will make a turn over it. Here you have it again. Some nice details. Right, as you look at the pillars, they are really, say, nicely modeled. Then we're gonna continue our trip to the northern part of the city. Gonna fly over the water. You can see this kind of weird, right? You can see that the RPMs is set to 0. Oh no, the RPMs is staying crazy high, 2500. And here we've got 3 of the other point of interests. Fortunately, the names are not always shown correctly, so we need to make another turn. So another bridge and some larger buildings here. This is probably the highway. Some large buildings here. Looks like some office buildings or something. So let's give it another try. Let's see if we can see some names. If not, then we're gonna probably guess what they are. Probably it's the let's have a look. The Hohenzollern Bridge, and probably the one is the Great St. Martin's Luther Church, and there's another church or other building next to us. So let's do some other say look at those details, right? It's really cool. So let's make another turn. Increase the speed a bit. Else we're gonna go install, and that's not what we want, right? We don't want to crash on the city itself. Gonna slowly turn. Here we go again. Very nice buildings, very nice churches. And let's finish our tour by flying to the last one. And the last one, as I would say, not kind of expected, but a little bit expected, is one of the soccer stadia, or is the soccer stadia probably of Cologne. Right, it's the Rhine Energy Stadium.
Going to 127.6 KLM1609er.
It's there on the left side, and so we're gonna reduce the speed.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 05 right approach via Gothic transition. Clear to Gothic. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 05 right approach via Gothic transition. Clear to Gothic air from 1106.
And here it is. It's kind of weird because there's no, I would say, sign above it that is a point of interest. But this should normally be the Rhine Energy Stadium. And you can see it's nicely modeled, so that confirms it, right? So no soccer match taking place. We also did a fly over the Stuttgart or the Mercedes-Benz arena. That one looked really impressive. This one looks a little bit, I would say, less modern, but it looks, I would say, the modeling is well. You can see that somebody really spent time on it, say, making it look really nice. So with this, our video ends, right? So in this video we looked at the point of interest added to Cologne as part of World Update number 6, which has been released yesterday. I hope you liked this video. If you're living in Cologne, let me know what you think about the buildings being added and how realistic they are, because I'm always pretty curious about that. You can leave a comment in the comment box for that. Yeah, again, thanks for watching. If you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching again, and see you next time.